Hello.
So here we are, as promised, we're going to bring you the meditation that was discussed in the podcast. It's actually a visualization for non-attachment, which is kind of the same thing as letting go and surrendering to the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's just begin by getting ourselves into a nice, comfortable position. Let me just check that you can hear me nice and clearly. Just nod your head if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just going to soften into the chair, noticing if there's any tension in our shoulders, just relaxing your shoulders and bringing yourself into the here and now by making contact with your feet on the ground. And as we do so, let's take 3 deep breaths. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, hold, and exhale slowly through the mouth. Let's repeat that, breathing in through the nose, holding the breath, and breathing out with a sigh. One last time, in through the nose, hold, and breathing out with a sigh. And so, keeping your eyes closed, during this practice, we are going to take one aspect of our desires, something that we're calling in this lifetime, something that's important to us. We're going to bring that to the forefront of our minds. So I want you to visualize a moment or an experience or a feeling that you're hoping to bring into your reality. Bring in that experience as deeply as you can to the forefront of your mind. Noticing any elements of senses that go with that. And we're going to place it in our left hand, holding out your left hand in front of you. I want you to imagine placing that experience into your left hand. And noticing what words come up for you as you bring your awareness to this experience. Imagining that you're living this moment, it's playing out in front of you as if you're part of that experience. So just recognizing the feelings that might come up for you. Perhaps it's love, appreciation. Noticing the joy or magic of that moment. Feeling into that experience. And as you're absorbing that experience into your body, I want you to notice where in your body those feelings are showing up for you. So noticing what the emotions are that this experience is bringing to you. And notice where in your body you feel or experience those emotions. And how are these emotions physically presenting themselves in your body? It might be you notice yourself smiling. Perhaps you notice your heart chakra expanding. So just in this moment of sitting still, absorbing how this experience is feeling for you to live it as if it were here now. If you can, allow the images to play out and notice the thoughts that come. Whatever is being presented to you in this experience, just allow it to be there. Holding that experience in your left hand, witnessing the feelings and emotions that that experience is giving you. So now we're going to gently switch hands. We're going to release the left hand and we're going to hold our right hand open, noticing that there's nothing there. And as we witness the emptiness, noticing that we don't have those feelings in the right hand, bring awareness to those feelings. What does that look like? And where are you feeling that in your body? Perhaps you're noticing a darkness, saturation of colors. Maybe there's a constraint in your chest. Whatever you notice, allow it to be there. So rather than resist or push away, try to invite those feelings in, welcome them, acknowledging them as part of you. So we lean into them and allow them to sit with us. And we're going to make a conscious effort to breathe into that space, trying to expand that heart area or where you feel constrained. You're going to use the power of your body to breathe into that space, acknowledging that in this moment, here and now, you are okay, you are strong, your breath can heal you. Just notice what your higher self, your magnetic self would give to you in that moment of recognizing you don't have what you thought you wanted or that experience. And acknowledge the love and support that you're receiving in this moment from either your spirit guides or your higher self or your future self. Allow them to come to you and give you what you need. So allowing yourself to be loved and hugged and supported in this moment of letting go. Perhaps recognizing those emotions as being part of you, equal to the emotions of the left hand. They're all part of you. So relaxing both hands and acknowledging that whoever is with you, whether it's an angel, your higher self, they're there holding you, carrying you, supporting you. And now I'd just like to ask, how do you feel to hold this within yourself? Can you breathe into that loss or that letting go? with a softer approach. Perhaps there's a sadness there, a sense of grief, but you can carry yourself through that sense of loss. Or maybe you feel okay. So if you were not to get this goal that you're desiring, can you ask yourself if you will be okay? Will you be able to breathe? Will you be safe? And can you go about your day even in the not having of that experience? So as we bring that emotion back, the desire to want that experience, how does it feel? Give yourself a minute to just reflect on what it might be like to let go entirely of that experience, to rid yourself of the anguish, of the determination, of the holding on. We don't need to be consumed by worries and the consuming of the wanting. We can decide in this moment that we don't need to carry that with us. And to reframe, there's no right or wrong thoughts, but perhaps we can see these experiences coming from a place of flow and allowing them to bring what they may, to have visions, to have dreams, but to soften the edges of that imagination, allowing all of these desires to come through in whatever way is best for our higher selves, with ease, without struggle, and without resistance. Because as we can imagine love and appreciation, we can choose that be the path forward. Because all of these feelings live inside of us all of the time. So knowing that it's within us, there's nothing to worry about. It's just the process of allowing the ease to come through. Having faith or certainty that no matter what, you can hold yourself and carry yourself through. And as we return to this sense of emptiness in the right hand, can we recognize that the emotions and how that feels perhaps isn't so heavy? Maybe it's softer. Because you have yourself to support yourself. Everything is within you. So as we go about our days in these chosen states, we can lean in to distract, disattach from the outcome. Because the attachment of the external doesn't dictate our internal emotions. As we lean in to choose gratitude and joy and magic in the moment, we bring our power back. And a mantra for you. There's nothing outside of me that will dictate how I feel inside of me. There's nothing outside of me that will dictate how I feel inside of me. And through this practice, we can learn to tap into any time what it feels like to carry ourselves forward. So just checking your left hand and the experience, perhaps the intensity of love and acceptance and joy of that left hand is also softer, less intense. And as we check in with our right hand and the emptiness, perhaps it doesn't feel quite so dark. This is where we can recognize that either feeling is all within our own power to hold. And as life changes, the only constant we have is who we choose to connect with on the inside. So let's go back and give some gratitude and appreciation for what we're creating. And as we sit here in gratitude, let's imagine for a moment that visualized life lived with desires in all of its greatness. You're living life to the max. All of those visions for your future that you hope to achieve. The person you hope to be. Your highest version of self. How that feels inside your body. The feeling of love and appreciation for the magic that you create every day in your life. Noticing that magic inside of your body. And connecting to those things that are always working out for you. Noticing everything resides inside of you. Feeling the depth of those emotions. And let's go back to that experience. Flourish it, smell it, live it. The textures and the visuals around you that sit in that space and allow the creation to unfold in your mind's eye. And let's perhaps put a prayer or a wish out there for what no longer serves you will be released through venting dreams, releasing the blocks for anything that no longer serves you. And ask for what is for your higher self to come through in the most magical ways. And so it will be. And with gratitude, we allow whatever is serving us to unfold ahead of us. And let's connect back to the breath. Let's deepen the breath a little bit more. Noticing our feet once again, making contact with the ground, and begin to wiggle the toes. Move your ankles. Wiggle your fingers. Come back to the present moment.
Thank you, Ella. That was beautiful. Just what I needed.